Meet today's agents of innovation. From the depths of the ocean to the cutting edge of art and technology, they're transforming their worlds with a tool that's as versatile as their ambitions. Today, they each face a unique challenge on their to-do list. How will Llama 3, the latest in AI technology from Meta AI, turn their dreams into reality? Join
Savannah Ray,
Alexis Stone,
Jenna Brooks,
Isla Rhodes, Zoe Parker,
Ruby Lane,
as they push the boundaries of what's possible. This is the Real AI Agents Llama 3 in action. Let's dive in and discover the future unfolding now with this Llama 3 AI introduction.
To-do item 1, trip planning. Hi, I'm Savannah Ray. I'll be using Llama 3's Ideas tool to plan my dream vacation to Kauai. It's time for some sun, surf, and relaxation.
The first thing we need to do is log on to Llama 3. So in order to do that, we're going to go to Meta AI. And then up here at the top, you'll see Try Meta AI. We're going to go ahead and click that. And then in order to save your conversations and to use certain features, you do have to be logged on. So even though this is a free system to use, it is done through Meta. So you have to have a Facebook account in order to be able to use all of the free features in here. And once you've done that, you have access to everything that you will need to use here. So let's start by helping our first agent, Savannah, plan her trip to Kauai. So we're going to use the Ideas tool here. And you can see that when we ask it to create a packing list for a trip, it starts by asking us 3 questions. So it wants to know, where are we traveling to? How many days will you be away? And is this a beach vacation, a city break, a hiking trip, or something else? So I'm going to go ahead and answer those questions for the AI. Hawaii, 14 days, beach vacation. Let's go ahead and send that and see what it comes back with. And you can see right away, it's telling us the essentials we'll need to pack, the number of outfits we should take according to how long we'll be there, different things that we would need as far as like personal care and hygiene, electronics, things not to forget. So that's great. Let's see how much more help it can be with planning this trip. Let's say, can you help me find the right hotel for what I need? And you can see right away that it is giving me some answers from what it has gotten on the different sources through Bing or Google or wherever it's been searching on these sources. And it's giving me some options of places I can stay. So let's say I want to stay at the Sheraton Kauai Resort. Can you help me book my room? You see there, it does not have the ability yet to help us with that, but I guarantee that will be something coming in the future. We'll say, what are some things I should do while visiting there? And you can see it gave me a lot of different things I could do depending on what I'm interested in. So we've got different things like hiking, visiting different state parks, relaxing in certain areas on the island, going and snorkeling at Poipu Beach, learning about Kauai's rich history at the museum, or attending a Hawaiian luau. A lot of really great suggestions here on things to do. So let's help Savannah plan this trip a little bit more and ask about some of the things that the locals enjoy doing in the area. What are some things locals love about the area near the hotel? Great, and it gives us some local restaurants, different places to eat, different things to do very close to the hotel there. So that's awesome. So let's say, can you plan a full day itinerary for me for the day when I will be seeking out real adventure? Okay, and you can see that it literally will plan out the itinerary for you, telling you exactly what to do, where to go, the time you'll need to do it, and planning around that. I think that that is so cool. Let's see if the AI can actually give us some resources where we can go and check out things about Kauai for ourselves. So I'll say, can you suggest some websites where I might find traveler information about my trip? And then you see it does give us that guide information. And if we hit view sources here, we can actually just go ahead and visit those sites directly from that link. So very helpful to have all of your resources for your trip planning in one place. So let's say here, really quick is the very last thing. And just to see if the AI can help us through Meta to find the flight that we might want. All right, so you can see it does say here that the AI would be happy to help us find the right flight. When are we planning to travel? Are we planning to travel from? And do we have any specific airlines? So let's go ahead and say, I plan to leave in the morning of June 1st and we'll be flying out of O'Hare. I want the trip to have as few layovers as possible. And let's see what Llama 3 comes back with. We can see here that it's searching. Okay, and it actually did give us some flight options with the fare involved. You can see here the sources where it was able to get that information on those flights. There we go. We have helped Savannah find her flight, pick which hotel she'll be staying at, have an itinerary for her adventurous day, and find a few local spots that the residents who live near her hotel love for good food.
To do item 2, email responses.
I'm Alexis Stone. With Llama 3's writing tool, I'll craft the perfect response to a conference invite and set up an auto out-of-office email that keeps my clients informed while I'm away.
Our response is super quick and easy with Meta AI using Llama 3's latest feature, the writing tool. So all I have to do is go ahead and click on here. And we've got that email copied over that Alexis received. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in here. And before the email, I'm going to say, help me respond to this email invitation that I am available and look forward to attending. I will be on the lookout for all travel details to come. Here is the original email. So let's see how much of this, the original email, is able to come correctly through the response. So I used as an example this Will Slates here as the person inviting her. The conference is June 1st through June 5th, as you can see here. It's the Austin Tech Conference. And it is requesting her availability because of her expertise in the AI field. So let's go ahead and see what it comes back with here. Okay, you can see it says here's a potential response. It got his name right here with the Will Slate. It got the Austin Tech Conference name right. It understood that she was being invited as a distinguished guest, and that she was going to be accepting and confirming her availability. It did get the dates right here, June 1st through the 5th, 2024. That is very cool. Easy to use. You can see right there, perfect professional email ready to go. Copy and paste. It's in and done. And she can be on the lookout for her travel plans. So now let's say that she's ready to go from June 1st to the 5th. Let's see if it's able to make the out-of-office email auto response that we need for her just based off the information it has. So you can see I just said, can you use the information you already know about her travel plans to craft an out-of-office auto response email? So let's see if it actually knows who I want this to be from, as an email written by, and the details of the travel plans. Okay, so it says out of office, attending the Austin Tech Conference. That's great. It does have the dates right on here. Limited access to email and phone call, great. It does leave a place for a backup contact, which is perfect. You can always post-edit that when you copy and paste. Perfect, there you go. So we just helped Alexis Stone craft her email response and her out-of-office email that fast.
To do item 3, event planning.
Hello, I'm Jenna Brooks. I'm planning a trivia game for a big fundraiser using Llama 3's Fun Tool. Let's make this event unforgettable.
Jenna, with her to-do list, she needs to create a trivia game for her upcoming fundraiser. So we're going to use the Llama 3 tool Fun here. And you can see that the prompt is play a 90s music trivia. So when you click the button, it's going to automatically begin playing that trivia game with you. So if you were just bored and looking for something to do, you could always come in and play the trivia game of your choosing. Let's say you wanted like a history game. You could just put in, let's change the game to history or whatever. But for this task, we're going to actually create a game of our own. So we're going to stay with the theme of 90s music. And I'm just going to say, help me create a trivia game of my own for 90s music. This way she can have the game all planned for the event that's coming up. Okay, so we can see here now what Meta AI returned with. It gave us the title of the game we could play, Neon Nostalgia 90s Music Trivia. It tells us how to play the game, how many teams you would have, how the rounds would go, how you would play, how to earn points, those kind of things. Gives us some options here for questions categories, which could be fun, and then some sample questions. And then a suggestion for scoring. It also gives us some variations that we could do here, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to say, create a list of 50 questions I can use, 10 for each of the categories you suggested. Since it gave us 5 categories here, that would be 50 questions. Let's go ahead and just see if it's able to do that. Wow, very impressive. Even if it doesn't do it all on one continuous strand, I am really happy with the layout of all of this. Okay, so we can see there it did stop, so it does have a word count going on here. I don't see a continue button or anything like that. So let's just go ahead and say continue and see if it's able to do that from the exact spot where it gave off. Okay, it didn't. It actually went back to the beginning of that category and redid the first question. But still, for a free tool, this is amazing. Of course, an alternative for Jenna, if she had forgotten her material for the questions at home or something like that, would be to simply come into the fun here and she could literally just read these questions off and answer as she goes to find out who's right. So, for example, what 1995 album by Oasis became critical and commercial success and is often credited with helping to shape the Britpop movement? I'm going to go with What's the Story Morning Glory. So I can just copy that and go ahead and put that in as the answer. And that's correct. Somebody knows her 90s music.
To do item 4, writing a research paper.
I'm Isla Rhodes. I'll be using Llama 3's support tool to help outline my research paper on how AI can save our ocean's future.
In order to help Isla with her task, we're going to use the support feature. So it's going to ask what sort of topic we want, what the assignment is, exactly what the requirements are that we need to complete in the task. So just to get started with a rough outline here, let's go ahead and say, I need to create an outline for my research paper about how AI can help with positive impacts on the ocean and ocean life in the future. That sounds like something Isla would be writing about, so let's go ahead and see what it comes back with. Okay, and it's asking us these 3 questions to help it better understand the needs. So let's take a look. What aspect of ocean life and ocean health do you want to focus on? So let's say for this particular one, we want to do marine conservation since she's a marine biology student. So we'll go ahead and just paste that in there. Next question, what kind of positive impacts of AI are you interested in exploring? So for this one, we'll actually do these 2. We'll say monitoring and tracking and data analysis. And then the scope of your research paper, general overview, specific case studies, futuristic possibilities. So for this one, let's definitely do futuristic possibilities. And then I'm just going to go ahead and send those answers back. And you can see by answering those 3 questions, it is able to provide me the full outline that I would need. So you can see here that by answering those 3 questions, it gave me a pretty good outline of things. Now let's say Isla wants to start working on the introduction. So I can take this part here and I can say, give me some research resources that I can use to write the introduction. And then I just copied and pasted its own introduction outline in there. And you can see then that it comes back with some great resources that she could use. So I said, can you provide me some websites to explore that can help me learn more about these topics? And you can see then that it comes back with different websites I can use here. And it also comes back with the sources. So again, I can click on there and it will take me right to those websites so that I can do the research myself and have the citing done correctly for the sources. It also takes me over to Bing here where I can go ahead and do some other further research on my own with the topic already put in. Now let's see how specific it can get. Can it actually write the introduction for Isla? So I'm just going to say, can you write the introduction in its entirety? And you can see here it says, here's a potential introduction for your research paper. So, of course, you don't just want to copy and paste this over. You would want to actually go in, read it, work it around to be your own wording and the best way that you want to convey the information. But it is a great starting point to kind of see the structure of how you want to go ahead and compose the paper. And I'm sure that this would be a great help to Isla on her to-do list as she's writing her research paper. What do you think? Is this going to help students in the future, or will this be a hindrance to the human gathering of knowledge the way that we've always done it in the past? Let me know in the comments what you think about this tool and how it will shape society moving forward.
To do item 5, preparing for a podcast.
I'm Zoe Parker. I'll use Llama 3's Learn tool to run a mock podcast, preparing for a major episode about AI's transformative impact on content creation.
So to help Zoe complete her task, we're going to use the Learn tool in Llama 3. And you can see here that it says simulate a mock interview. So this would be great if you were interviewing for a job and you wanted to do a mock interview for that, or if you had a journalistic thing that you were doing where you needed to come up with some good interview questions and you wanted to go back and forth with what some of those answers might look like. But for this particular one, we're going to help Zoe prepare for her podcast about how AI is affecting the future of content creation. So I'm going to go ahead and just put in a few details about what we need here. I'm going to say I am preparing for a future podcast with Alexis Stone, founder of Stone AI, about the future impact that AI will have on content creation. Can you help me simulate our podcast so that I can be prepared to ask the right questions? And then we'll go ahead and send that. And you can see here that it says, I'd be happy to help you prepare for the podcast with Alexis Stone. Let's simulate a conversation to get you ready. To begin, I'll play the role of Alexis Stone and we can have a mock conversation. You can ask me questions as if you were hosting the podcast. This will help you prepare to get a sense of the flow and potential topics that might come up during the actual podcast. To get us started, here's a brief introduction. Welcome to the podcast. Today, we have Alexis Stone, founder of Stone AI, joining us to discuss the future impact of AI on content creation. Alexis, thanks for being here. Now it's your turn. What's your first question for Alexis Stone? So let's say the first question I have planned is, how did you first get involved with AI and machine learning? And you can see then that it does, the Meta AI actually plays the role of Alexis Stone for me and gives those answers back. And then asks me for the next question. Now let's say I don't know what my next question can be. Can it actually help me determine my questions as well? Let's find out. I said, I don't have a question in mind. Can you help me with one? And it gave an example. Alexis, many creators and writers are concerned that AI-generated content will replace human creativity and jobs. How do you respond to these concerns, and what role do you see humans playing in content creation process alongside AI? Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll just take that question straight from it here and put it in. And you can see then that it goes right back into the role of playing Alexis Stone and giving me the answers that is possible she would say. Imagine the implications of this. I mean, if you were preparing for a big job interview or a big guest on your podcast, I mean, you could be so much more prepared using a tool like this than you would be if you just sat down and wrote out the questions or a quick outline of how you thought it might go. This is great to prepare you for questions that might come at you in an interview, as well as being the interviewer and having the right questions to ask so that your points are made and everything is very concise in the conversation so that you're holding your audience's attention. So that takes care of helping Zoe prepare for her podcast.
To do item 6, image creation.
Hi, I'm Ruby Lane. Watch me use Llama 3's Imagine tool to create a masterpiece featuring a mystical purple llama.
For our last to-do task today, we're going to help Ruby Lane do some imagining inside of Meta AI's Llama 3. So in order to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the Imagine tab on the toolbar. And you can see that it gives you some different prompts that you could use. So they've got imagine, picture, and visualize. So you want to make sure that when you're prompting Meta AI to create an image generation, you want to use a word that is either imagine, picture, or visualize before you put the prompt in. So I put in, imagine an artist painting a masterpiece of a purple llama. One thing I want to note about the image generation in Meta AI's Llama 3 is that it is very similar to Leonardo's real-time gen. If you've been with the channel for a while, you've seen me use that feature quite a bit in my image generation. So the way that that works is every time you type a letter, you're going to get a different image that appears. So let's say I'm going to add in an art studio to this. Watch as I type the letters how the image changes each time I type a new letter. So I think that that is extremely cool that you can alter the image as you go and decide what you like and don't like. If you want to go ahead and keep the image, all you have to do is hit the blue send button here and you'll see that that image that you liked is kept. And there's also going to be 3 new ones generated to go along with that prompt. So now we've got 3 different artists in the studio of the future in an art studio. So they're imagining that in very different ways. So if this is the one that I wanted to actually keep up here in the corner, I could click that. And then the little download button is right up here. So I could just go ahead and download that to wherever I wanted to have that downloaded. And then you can also see that you can edit in here. So just like with the DALL-E 3 editing feature that has been recently added, which you can check out the video for that in the description of this video. But we can go ahead and edit this in real time. So let's say we want the llama to be blue now. I can put in the prompt, change the llama to blue. Hit the little pencil here. And you see that now the llama is a light blue color. Gives it a completely different image. Very cool. The art is a little bit different than what you would get from like a DALL-E 3 or a system like Playground or Leonardo. But all in all, this is amazing. This is a free tool, guys, that you can use all of these different features together at no cost. That is amazing. I hope in the future that we're able to do sizing a little bit different so that they're not all just square images, but I'm sure that that will come over time. And you can see down here in the corner, it does say AI imagined. So that will be on the image when you download it. So just to see here, you can see that there is that watermark on the image. There's also another really cool feature that Ruby might want to use when she's putting together her portfolio of her art. If you press this animate button here, you can see that it actually puts some motion onto the blue llama. So that would cost 25 tokens in Leonardo right now to do something similar, and the motion honestly might not even be as good as what that is. Same with Runway. We could put motion on it in Runway, but it's going to cost us those credits. So to be able to get this done for free is pretty cool in my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you like the animation feature in here at no extra charge? This is amazing because I use the animation so much on the motion in Runway and the motion in Leonardo. It costs me so many tokens to do the animations that I need. So for this to be a free system where I can just hit animate and this quickly I'm given an image with actual motion on it is extremely impressive to me. What do you think? Are you excited about generating images and using the animation in Meta AI to do some of your images? Let me know in the comments. Did you love seeing our AI-powered agents in action? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow creators. Check out our curated playlist in the description to see how we create our characters and bring them to life using Runway's lip sync. And we're always curious to hear from you. Let us know in the comments what else you'd like us to explore. Thank you for spending some time with us today, watching as our agents tackle their to-do list with the power of Llama 3 from Meta AI. From planning exotic vacations to orchestrating large events, crafting thoughtful emails, and creating stunning artworks, each challenge was met with innovative AI solutions. We hope this inspires you to explore how Llama 3 can transform your projects and creative endeavors. I'm Jessica with the Real AI Agents, and as always, keep looking towards the future.
Initiate, the pulse begins. Feel the power, the future spins. Gears in motion, crafting time. In the rhythm, find the prime. Hydraulic whispers, mechanics tale. In every joint, a story unveiled. Feel the current, electric dreams flowing in vibrant rhythmic streams. Become the beat, embrace the spark. Dancing lights in the digital dark. Softly code in streams so wide. Algorithms where secrets hide. Layers of logic, deep and clear in the software. The path appears. Fade to silence, the systems rest. In the echo, feel the quest. So pause and reflect as the echoes fade. In the silence, our digital dreams are made.